So apparently today is windy, and the wind has brought with it some cold. -3 we've got down here in Devon. So I've reverted to a different form of exercise. This year I discovered not only had my son damaged his knee in rugby, but I damaged my knee. And so I went on a routine of trying to train myself to repair my knee. And that comprised of running longer distances at lower heart rates, breathing through my nose, and it's become part of my pattern. And what it enables me to do, apart from swim in a pool, which is quite expensive, or go for a paddle, which is my normal form of training, on a cold day like today, where the light's not so good, and I often paddle out there alone. On a cold day like today, I can go for a run. And the beauty about running is a bit like when you make boards, you tend to think about what's going on. And I was thinking as I was running that I looked at all my Garmin figures for the past 3 years, and I'd set myself up some targets at the start of each year, like everyone does, for their New Year's resolution. But my resolution was more based around my paddling. And during the COVID period, I'd already had a resolution in place, so I tried to carry it on. And my resolution came as a result of me checking my Garmin and realising I didn't paddle perhaps as much as I thought I did. I was doing about 50 days, one time a week, probably including surfing, not including swimming, and definitely not including running. So I decided that year I'd see if I could do 100 days, and then the following year I did 150 days, and the year after that I did 200 days. I allowed myself some discretion, providing it was water, so it could be swimming or paddling in the sea, not pools. And having achieved that, I look back at my stats, and strangely, the stats showed that irrespective of the number of days I paddled, my overall distance in the past 3 years has not differed. It's been around 500 kilometres, which to me doesn't seem a lot. Now, I've been told by friends of mine that work on this at Paddleboarder that puts me in the upper 10 or 15% of paddlers on their system, which I kind of expect me to be up there. I'm certainly not someone that Instagrams about it a lot or puts loads of stuff about it. It's a personal, quiet thing I tend to do alone. I'm not in a social group anymore, mainly because over the years you develop a pattern that doesn't suit everyone else. You know, I'm self-employed. My time is dictated to by me, not by the boss in the office. But I've got 4 kids and life is fairly busy for them, so I have to make my paddling work around that. And I therefore came up with a New Year's plan, which I'll fill you all in later, based around that. But what interested me was what started me on it. And I was thinking, this is the time of year where we're all heading towards Christmas, but I'd encourage you to get thinking early about your kit, about your objective, making the two match, taking some time to get them right, being observant of the water temperatures, being observant of the wind and of your safety network, but to plan to make your year different than last year with your paddling, whether that be frequency or special journeys or personal achievements, racing, getting a weekend away, camping, exploring, whatever you fancy doing this year. Make sure you do it. Plan for it now. Try and execute it. Put the date in your diary, because you have busy diaries. Be realistic about your plan. So if you're working 5 days a week and got kids at the weekends, remember that British summertime is your friend, which Greenwich Mean Time isn't. And make your plan around that. Be realistic and give yourself an objective that you can achieve. That at the end of the 2023 year, you'll look back on your Garmin and your photos and go, I really made a difference on last year. And that's all I try and do, is I try and make a difference next year on what I did this year by looking at my photos, looking at my Garmin, and just taking those. They're not truly reflective, but they're snapshots of some of the paddling that I'm doing to see if I can progress it. So I'm going to continue with my run. It's only 5k this morning, but it's cold. And then I'm going to go back and see if the resin is warm enough, which I doubt. I don't think there'll be any resin work going on till Saturday. And in the meantime, I'll carry on doing a little bit of office work and some jobs around the house. But I wish you all the best for your plans for Christmas, and don't forget to make your plans for your paddling life. Make them now for next year, and then pick them up and then try and execute them in a way that's reachable and attainable for next year.